Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Dusty, if I'm wrong.
No, that is title odds. My guess is there's some Western Conference teams that would be mixed in there, but sure.
Who?
The
Mavs?
Mavs, Denver, Bruce, Golden State, but it doesn't matter. I could be wrong. I don't know.
No.
Go ahead.
Okay. Do you want your Nets to be title favorites?
Well, they are title favorites. I told you guys. Now, I know you expect me to get on here and celebrate and gloat. Maybe even pull out the sunglasses. No, because I expected this. I told you guys this would happen. I have not wavered. I've joked. I've had fun with the Nets, but I have never wavered from them being what they are. And Nick forgets this.
What do I forget?
That the Nets' problems, Nick, you like the next year Nets and all that. The Nets' problems have always been injuries or Kyrie off the court, right?
What was the problem last year in the playoffs?
Well, Kyrie,
he was
they had no chemistry because he hadn't played consistently with the team.
Good take.
And so when they weren't even healthy this time, but people forget they got a second round ceiling. They were a toenail away from beating Milwaukee in 7 with Kevin Durant and half of James Harden. And Kyrie wasn't even there. So my point is, what I love about Kyrie now, I hope he keeps it up, is that it's straight up basketball. He's not injured. We hope that continues. He's no off the court issues, and not just off the court. Remember, even in Boston, attitude issue. Does he get along with the teammates? He got tired of playing with LeBron. I don't even hear that. He is getting along with guys. And listen, you got quotes, Wild. I got quotes too.
Okay, good.
All right, this is what he said about Jacques Vaughn recently. He's just holding himself to a high standard, exemplifying what a leader should look like. As our head coach, and our leader. How different is that from, we don't really need a coach. Steve Nash will all be chipping it. He is buying in. And Kyrie, Nick, you got to admit this. When it's just basketball, I'm going to double down on what I said a week ago. Kyrie Irving can look any point guard in the league in the eyes and say, bring it on. We know Kevin Durant can do that, and now the role players are balling. I believe.
Pretty good.
So I'm a Nets season ticket holder, and I've gone to, they've had 18 home games this year. I've been to 15 of them. I didn't go yet last night, actually, because I thought there was going to be one in a football game, obviously, and they were playing the Spurs. And since Kyrie's come back, they've looked sensational. There is no denying that. However, while Kyrie deserves credit, and I will talk about why I do not yet believe in them, but they deserve credit. The story of the Nets season right now is Kevin Durant is having one of the most impossibly good shooting seasons in basketball history. I want to show you guys his shot chart. Green is good. These are zones on the court.
Russian.
And so if you see the left side where there's some beige and then some red, he's only taken 10 total shots from there. So he's a couple makes from those two areas being green as well. Aside from top of the key threes, the guy is great from every zone on the court.
Surprising red there, though. Yeah, straight away.
Straight away, he's shooting 25%, league average 35%. Yeah. But what he is shooting 62% on twos, and less than 15% of his twos come at the rim. So he's shooting.
Mid-range.
What he is doing from mid-range, honestly, Brew, has only been approached by prime Jordan. That's the truth. And he is doing it with the level of efficiency and his defense. I think right now, this might be the best Durant's ever been.
Whoa.
Honest to God.
And he's, like you said, he's defending terrific.
He's defending. Yep. He's doing everything. Okay? Now, do I believe that the Nets are going to continue? They have the little sign hanging, days without a Kyrie incident at like 45. Do I think that's going to get reset to 0 before the postseason? Unfortunately, I do.
Okay, quickly, and I don't want to interrupt you long. You're banking on, and it's wise based on the history.
Yes.
that something's going to go wrong. But on the court, though, if it doesn't,
if the
like
playoffs were to start today, you would have real reason for optimism that they could win the East. With things rolling. I'm a fair arbiter of the truth.
He's a student.
I go to my games. I watch them.
No, you went to school.
And I'm the teacher.
You're up there. He's at the chalkboard.
Durant has
You've been paying attention.
Unbelievable.
Nets will run for the title.
The other part about the playoffs starting today scenario is you are getting a somewhat misshapen Milwaukee Bucks team. So they will get Chris Middleton back before the postseason.
But he wasn't. He didn't even play. He hasn't played well.
I understand, but we haven't really seen Chris Middleton that we know from the past since last year in the beginning of the playoffs before he got hurt. So they would not be my pick. I think Boston and Milwaukee are better, and I think we don't talk about Philly, even though Philly has been surging with Embiid playing unbelievable basketball. But the Nets have gone from total train wreck to right now as dangerous as any team in the league. And I will tell you that when I see it. I don't think it'll last, but I'll say it when I see it.
Since Kyrie's been back, they're 18-3, first in the league in net rating, 6th in the league in defensive rating, first in the league in offensive rating, and they're legit. Here,
can I circle something for you?
Yeah.
Are you worried about this?
Third worst rebounding team. First of all, that's a bit of an improvement. They were. Seriously. That means over the last several games they've gotten better.
I know, but
that is a concern. You mock rebound now. So now you think rebounding is
team
important?
rebound. I think team rebounding is, of course, important.
How would rebounds happen without people getting the rebound?
I would love to see them go get just a big body who can rebound. Not a great
who do you
player.
want?
Well, look, if Andre Drummond could come back to town, just for a little bit, they just need. They do need to shore that up. I want to see a little tough. Nick, to your point about Durant, and this is why I am a stickler to teams playing to their strengths. Durant, we've said it. He shoots 4 threes a game. He should shoot more, but Durant is a mid-range assassin. Teams today give you the mid-range.
Yeah.
They don't want you to get to the rim, or they want to, run you off the three-point line. I've seen guys have an open mid-range look and kick it out to 3, dribble back out. Durant will take them. That's why he's shooting so well from 2.
I just want to make this very clear so it's not misconstrued, because what do people call me, Wilds?
Mr. Consistency.
I am steadfast in my belief that this team's ceiling is round 2 because the playoffs begin in a few months. But right now, they look like a contender, which is going to make the inevitable controversy and fall from grace that's coming for them all the more painful for Chris Broussard.
He's banking on
I'm banking on
history.
history.
Banking on it.
I'm banking on a train that's always late, being late to. That's what I'm banking on.
He got money at stake, too.
That's what you always say.
He does.
And
His
Drew,
next
do your thing. Look into the camera and tell him, Kyrie, I believe in you.
Kyrie, I believe in you.
Coming up next. The Eagles play Jalen Hurts regardless. Nick thinks so. I think he should rest. Next, first.
Well, then why
first.
are people going to tune in now?
Shoot.
He just told him.
At Booking.com.
Eagles not quite sure if Jalen is ready to go. Our graphics team thinks he's a no-go. How big of a priority is the number 1 seed? Jason Kelsey, he doesn't care. I could give 2 blanks about clinching first place or seeding. We've got to get a lot of things fixed. That's what I'm focused on right now. Nick, you think Jalen should go. Why?
Well, if he is unable to play, totally unable, I'm not saying they should put him out there. But if it's a close call, you cannot have Jalen Hurts go a month without playing football going into the playoffs. You just can't. Jalen Hurts last played on December 18th. It also was his worst game of the year. He had 2 picks. They beat the Bears. He didn't play well. He got hurt in that game. So he last played well on December 11th. I am assuming they're going to beat the Giants. No disrespect to your guy, Brian Dable, but I think the line's 14 for a reason. I think they're going to rest everyone. So that means the Eagles' playoff game is going to be January 22nd. You want him to go from December 18th, since he last played, December 11th, since he last played well, to January 22nd. It's like no big pressure, Jalen. Just a conference championship game on the line, and we're at home, and you're the 1 seed. And by the way, you've never played well in the playoffs. You've been there once, played poorly. That's a ridiculous idea. Of course he has to play. And one other note, he hasn't played any part of the great part of his career without Lane Johnson. Lane Johnson, who is outsized importance, it would seem, on that team. We all